Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Secure your admin panel with port knocking, a detailed tutorial with code example. Port knocking is a security technique that allows you to hide open ports from unauthorized access. Instead of leaving a port open and vulnerable to brute force attacks or vulnerability scans, the port remains closed until a specific sequence of knocks, connection attempts to predefined ports, is received. This makes it significantly harder for attackers to discover and exploit your admin panel. This tutorial will guide you through setting up port knocking for your admin panel on a Linux server, specifically focusing on securing a web server. We'll cover the underlying concepts, the tools you'll need, the steps involved, code examples, and security considerations. Understanding port knocking. Mechanism port knocking works by listening for a specific sequence of TCP or UDP packets on different ports. Once the correct sequence is received, a firewall rule is temporarily created to allow traffic to your desired port, example your admin panel's port. Advantages obscurity hides the actual admin panel port from scanners. Enhanced security brute force attacks are ineffective without knowing the knocking sequence. Lightweight doesn't consume significant system resources. Disadvantages complexity requires configuration on both the server and client sides. Stateful relies on maintaining the correct order of knocks. Not foolproof determined adversaries could potentially sniff network traffic to discover the knocking sequence. Alternatives other security measures like VPNs, two-factor authentication, and strong passwords are also essential and can be used in conjunction with port knocking. 2. Tools and technologies. Linux server a Linux distribution, Ubuntu, Debian, CentOS, etc., is required for the server-side setup. Knocked this is a popular and readily available port knocking daemon. It listens for the knock sequence and executes commands based on the configuration. Iptables the standard Linux firewall used to manage network traffic and create rules based on the knock sequence. Enftables is a modern alternative, but Iptables is widely supported and easier to get started with. Web server, Apache, Inc. your web server hosting the admin panel. Client tool a tool to send the knock sequence from your client machine. This could be a dedicated port knocking client, like Knock on Linux, or a simple scripting solution, using map or netcat. Root access, or sudo you'll need root privileges to install software and configure the firewall. 3. Server-side configuration, using Knocked and Iptables. Step 1, install Knocked. Step 2, configure Knocked. The main configuration file for Knocked is typically located at /etc/knocked.conf. Open it with a text editor, example sudo nano /etc/knocked.conf. Here's a sample configuration file, /etc/knocked.conf. Explanation of the configuration Options section. Uses eslog, logs events to the system log, /var/log/syslog or /var/log/messages. This is crucial for auditing and debugging. Open admin panel section. This section defines the port knocking rule for your admin panel. Sequence equals 1234, 5678, 90, 1234, 56. This is the sequence of ports that must be knocked. Important: choose a different, complex, and non-obvious sequence for your production environment. The ports can be any available ports, 1 to 65,535. Avoid common ports, 80, 443, 22, 21, 25, etc. Asterisk sec underscore timeout equals 5, the maximum time, in seconds, allowed between each knock in the sequence. If the sequence is not completed within this time, it's considered invalid. Adjust based on your connection speed and expected user behavior. Asterisk flags equals SYN, specifies the TCP flags to look for. SYN indicates a TCP SYN packet, the initial packet in a TCP connection handshake. This is a common and recommended setting. Asterisk start underscore command equals /sben /iptables I input s%ip% ptcp port 8080j accept. This command is executed when the correct knock sequence is received. Asterisk /sben /iptables, the iptables command line tool. Asterisk I input, inserts a new rule at the beginning of the input chain. Asterisk s%ip%, matches traffic coming from the IP address that performed the knock. %IP% is a special variable that knocked substitutes with the source IP address. Asterisk PTCP, matches traffic using the TCP protocol. Asterisk dashed port 8080, matches traffic destined for port 8080. Replace 8080 with the actual port your admin panel is listening on. Asterisk J accept, accepts the traffic, allows it through the firewall. Asterisk CMD underscore timeout equals 10, the number of seconds the firewall rule will remain active. After this time, the rule is removed. Adjust this based on how long you expect users to be logged into your admin panel. A short timeout enhances security. Asterisk stop underscore command equals /sben /iptables d input s%ip% ptcp port 8080j accept. This command is executed after the cmd underscore timeout. Asterisk d input, deletes a rule from the input chain. The rest of the command is the same as the start underscore command, ensuring the correct rule is removed. Step 3. Enable knock to listen on the network interface. Edit /etc/default/knocked. Find the line that says start underscore knocked equals 0 and change it to start underscore knocked equals 1. If your server has multiple network interfaces, you might need to specify the interface for knock to listen on. Add this line to /etc/default/knocked. To find your network interface. Step 4. Flush and configure initial iptables rules. Before starting knocked, it's crucial to set up the initial iptables rules to block access to the admin panel port and allow access to the knock ports. This prevents anyone from accessing the admin panel directly without knocking. First, flush all existing iptables rules. Next, create the following rules. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk sudo iptables a input ptcp port 8080j drop. This rule blocks all TCP traffic to port 8080, your admin panel port. No one can access the admin panel directly without knocking first. Asterisk sudo iptables a input ptcp port j accept. These rules allow traffic to the ports used in the knock sequence, 1234, 5678, 9012, 3456 in this example. This is necessary for knock to detect the knocks. Important, you must include accept rules for all ports in your knock sequence before the default drop rule. Asterisk sudo iptables a input j drop. This rule sets the default policy for the input chain to drop. Any traffic that doesn't match a previous rule is dropped. This provides a strong level of security. Important asterisk make sure to replace 8080 with your admin panel's port and 1234, 5678, 9012, 3456 with your chosen NOC sequence ports. Step 5. Save the iptables rules. The iptables rules you've created are currently in memory. If you reboot the server, they will be lost. You need to save them to a persistent configuration file. The method for doing this depends on your Linux distribution. *Debian/Ubuntu*. *CentOS/RHEL*. Step 6. Start NOC. Check the status for any errors. Also, check the system logs, /var/log/syslog or /var/log/messages, for NOC messages. 4. Client-side configuration, sending the NOCs. You can use various tools to send the port NOC sequence from your client machine. Here are a few options. A. Using NOC, Linux. 1. Install NOC*. 2. Send the NOC sequence *. Replace server_IP with the IP address of your server and 12.34.5678 9000 and 12.34.56 with the correct NOC sequence. B. Using MAP, cross-platform. MAP is a powerful network scanning tool that can also be used to send TCP packets. It's available for Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. 1. Install MAP*. Instructions depend on your operating system. 2. Send the NOC sequence *. Replace server_IP and the ports as needed. PN tells MAP not to perform host discovery, ping, before scanning, which is often necessary when the target host doesn't respond to pings. C. Using Netcat, cross-platform. Netcat is a versatile networking tool that can be used to send raw TCP packets. 1. Install Netcat*. Instructions depend on your operating system. 2. Send the NOC sequence *. Replace server_IP and the ports as needed. *V, verbose mode. *N, numeric-only IP addresses, don't resolve host names. *Z, 0i/O mode, scan for listening ports without sending any data. *W1, timeout after 1 second. D. Python script, cross-platform. Here's a simple Python script to send the NOC sequence. To use the script *. 1. Save the code as a .py file, example noc.py. 2. Replace your _server_IP with your server's IP address and the port numbers in NOC sequence with your desired sequence. 3. Run the script from your terminal, python noc.py. V. Testing the port knocking setup. 1. Ensure the admin panel is blocked * before sending the NOC sequence. Try to access your admin panel in a web browser, example http://server_IP8080. You should get a connection timeout or an error indicating that the connection was refused. This confirms that the firewall is blocking access to the admin panel port. 2. Send the NOC sequence *. Use one of the client-side tools, example NOC, MAP, Netcat, or the Python script, to send the correct NOC sequence to your server. 3. Access the admin panel * immediately after sending the NOC sequence. Try to access your admin panel in a web browser again. You should now be able to access it. 4. Verify iptables rules. On the server while your browser is accessing the admin panel, check the iptables rules on the server. You should see a rule similar to this, replacing the IP and port. This confirms that NOC added a rule to allow traffic from your IP address to the admin panel port. 5. Wait for the timeout * after the cmd_timeout specified in noc.conf has elapsed. Try to access the admin panel again. You should no longer be able to access it. Check the iptables rules again. The rule allowing your IP address should be gone. 6. Security considerations and best practices. Choose a strong knock sequence. The security of port knocking depends entirely on the secrecy of the knock sequence. Use a long, complex, and random sequence of port numbers. Avoid simple or predictable patterns. Avoid common ports. Don't use common ports, example 80, 443, 21, 22, 25, in your knock sequence. Attackers are more likely to scan these ports. Implement rate limiting. To prevent attackers from trying all possible knock sequences, consider implementing rate limiting on the ports used in the sequence. You can use iptables or fail2ban for this. This will block IP addresses that send too many connection attempts to the knock ports within a given time frame. Log everything. Ensure that knocked is configured to log events to the system log. Regularly review the logs for suspicious activity. Use a short cmd_timeout. A short cmd_timeout minimizes the window of opportunity for attackers if the knock sequence is somehow compromised. Use TCP SYN flags. Using flags equals SYN is generally recommended as it requires the client to initiate a TCP connection. Combine with other security measures. Port knocking should not be your only security measure. Use strong passwords, two-factor authentication, keep your software up to date, and consider using a VPN for remote access. A layered approach provides the best security. Protect the knock.conf file. Restrict access to the /etc/knock.conf file. Only the root user should be able to read or modify it. IP address spoofing. Port knocking is susceptible to IP address spoofing. However, spoofing TCP connections is complex and unreliable. Using TCP SYN flags makes spoofing more difficult. Also, consider using TCP sequence number validation in iptables for added protection. This is more advanced and requires careful configuration. Alternatives to knocked. While knocked is a popular choice, other solutions are available, such as FNOP, Firewall Knock Operator, which offers more advanced features like key-based authentication and encrypted knocks. Regularly review and update. Regularly review your port knocking configuration and update the knock sequence periodically. 7. Advanced configuration, optional. Rate limiting with iptables. To prevent brute force attacks on the knock sequence, you can implement rate limiting using the iptables limit module. Explanation. *mlimit loads the limit module. *limit 3/minute allows a maximum of 3 connection attempts per minute to the port. *limit burst 5 allows a burst of 5 connection attempts before the rate limiting takes effect. This allows for a small initial burst. B. Using enftables, modern alternative to iptables. Enftables is the successor to iptables. It offers improved performance and a more flexible syntax. Here's how you would configure port knocking with enftables. 1. Install enftables *. 2. Create the enftables configuration file, example /etc/enftables.conf. 3. Configure knock to use enftables *. Modify the start_command and stop_command in /etc/knock.conf to use nft add rule and nft delete rule. This will depend on the exact syntax for adding rules to your enftables configuration. 4. Enable and start enftables *. 8. Conclusion. Port knocking is a valuable technique for adding an extra layer of security to your admin panel. By hiding the admin panel port and requiring a specific knock sequence to gain access, you can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Remember to choose a strong knock sequence, implement rate limiting, log events, and combine port knocking with other security measures for the best protection. Keep your server and software updated to patch security vulnerabilities. Test your configuration thoroughly after any changes. This tutorial provides a comprehensive guide to setting up port knocking with knocked and diptables. By following these steps and understanding the underlying concepts, you can enhance the security of your admin panel and protect it from unauthorized access. Always prioritize security best practices and regularly review and update your security configuration. Good luck.